Hello everyone, today I am here to film yet again another book haul. So I try not to do these every month now because honestly I don't acquire as many books, which is a good thing because you all know that I'm e-reading and not physically reading, but you know, I still buy books, I still acquire books, so here we are yet again. Today's video is also so kindly sponsored by Book of the Month. If you don't know, Book of the Month is an online service for readers. Each month their team carefully curates hundreds of book releases and picks the 5 best selections for their members to choose from. It's like being in a big online book club and talking about other people, and it's just downright amazing. So like I said, there are 5 selections each and every month that have a wide variety of genres. You name the genre, it's probably been in Book of the Month before. Not only that, but it is risk-free. So in case the 5 selections that come out in a month you're not feeling, you can skip a month without any penalty at all and pick up the next month. They also have add-on books each and every month, and you can also look back on their past selections and pick one of those as well. So it's really a great service for you to really try different books, try different genres, things like that, and you get to select your own book every single month. So it's not like a surprise of what you're getting. You get to pick it and it comes to your door in this beautiful little box that is amazing. If you're interested in Book of the Month, which I highly recommend you check out, you can use the code Bookables at checkout to get your first book for only $9.99, which is a steal because adult hardcover books are expensive. So to have one for $9.99 is a steal. So don't miss out on it. I'll leave all the information and the links down below. So speaking of books, we're going to talk about the 5 selections for Book of the Month for February. The first one being from the mystery thriller genre, and that is The Golden Couple by Greer, Hendricks, and Sarah Pekkanen. This is all about a married couple where one cheats, and so they go to this therapist that claims that she can solve their problems within 10 sessions or less. But you can guess, a big mystery occurs. I'm excited for this one. The last 2 books I've read by them I have not enjoyed, so time will tell. Then we have a historical book, which is Peach Blossom Spring by Melissa Fu. This one takes place in 1938. It's a moving debut novel about war, migration, and the power of telling our stories that follows 3 generations of a Chinese family on their search for a place to call home. Then we have Vladimir by Julia May Jones, and this one is about marriage and motherhood, art and love, and the temptation to see just how close you can get to the fire without being burned. So it's about an English professor whose charismatic husband is under investigation for inappropriate relationships with his former student. So very intense, but also very short. Then we have Don't Cry For Me by Daniel Black. This is about a black father who makes amends with his gay son through letters written on his deathbed. So very intense, definitely gonna be cry-worthy for sure. And the last one is an adult fantasy, and that is A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. And this one is all about a journey to this really, like I think on an island called Cadence, but girls are going missing from the island, and basically these 2 people team up to try to find them, and it has enchanting with it's a stirring story of love, duty, and the power of true partnership. And yeah, it's the first book of this author in the adult fantasy genre, so that's awesome. So there you have the 5 selections for Book of the Month for February. I think I'm most excited about probably these 2 because I don't know, they both sound really appealing to me. You got a mystery thriller, and we also have like an adult fantasy with a island but has a mystery aspect to it, so amazing. So like I said, if you want to check out Book of the Month, I will leave all the information down below. Moving on to the books that I bought 4 books, 2 physical and 2 ebooks. So the 2 physical books, I'll start with that. One I've already read, and that is In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. I actually purchased this also on ebook. Wasn't gonna mention it, but here we are because my library was such, like, it had an insane hold and I really wanted to read it, so I'm like, I'll just buy it on ebook, and I loved it so much. I now own an ebook copy and a physical book copy. It's my first 5-star of the year. It's an adult mystery thriller. It's all about 6 college friends on their 10-year college reunion. They all meet up, and basically this woman named Heather, that's my name by the way, was murdered 10 years ago, and her boyfriend's always been the subject of like guiltiness. They always thought that he's guilty, but at this college reunion, they're gonna hash it out, and one of them is the killer, and we're gonna find out who. It's full of unlikable characters that you cannot stop reading about, and it's just perfection. And the other book I bought, other physical book I should say, is In Every Generation by Kendar Blake. This is a new Buffy book. I have read a Buffy book before, Slayer by Kirsten White. Didn't really like it, so I was like, I'm not gonna buy into this. But I was like, oh my gosh, I just, you guys know, one of my favorite shows, my second favorite show of all time is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I mean, Buffy is just quintessential in my opinion.
Yes, date and shop and hang out and go to school and save the world from unspeakable demons. You know, I want to do girly stuff.
So this one is by an author I've already read and really enjoyed, Kendar Blake. And this one is all about Frankie Rosenberg, who is the daughter of Willow, who is, you know, a famous character in Buffy. And basically her Aunt Buff, and then I don't know much about it. Frankie must assemble her own bubbling Scooby gang, get dressed up in Buffy's vintage 90s clothes, and become a new Slayer for a new generation. So it's about a new generation of Slayers. It's got the Buffy logo. I have high hopes. I just, you know, I'm just a sucker. And to every generation of Slayers born, the next generation starts now. I can't help it. I love Buffy so much. And these two ebooks I bought because I'm including those because your girl reads 99% ebooks. No, 100%. I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you. The first one is The Running Wild, I think that's what it's called, by K.A. Tucker. This is her third book in her Wild series. This one follows Anna, who is a character really none of us liked. She kind of was maybe the person that was going to steal away the main character from our other main character, as vague as that is, in the first book. But she's getting her own book now, and I'm excited to see where she's gonna go with it. She deserves her own happy ending, so let's read it and find out. So, you know, this book is set in Alaska. I'm a sucker for that. I love this series. This one definitely doesn't follow Kala and Jonah, but I'm hoping they make an appearance. And the other book I bought is for my 22 books I want to read in 2022, and that is The Princess Trap by Talia Hibbert. This one is just a Talia Hibbert book I want to read. I would really like to read all of her books this year, like all of her backlist books, so I can make a video about it. But I'm gonna start off slow, so I bought The Princess Trap, and I don't know much about it. Talia Hibbert's just kind of like an automatic buy for me, and the ebook was pretty reasonably priced, so I just bought it. Now, moving on to all of the physical books I got from publishers. First up, the award for coolest packaging goes to Minotaur Books, Minotaur, and that is The Night Shift by Alex Finlay. So this book takes place like two timelines. The first one is in a Blockbuster in the 90s, and then now is like an ice cream shop, but they packaged it like an old VCR tape, which is an automatic appeal for me because I grew up on VCRs. If all you are watching, you're like, what's a VCR? I'm old. Anyway, but it opens up like this, and this is the actual cover of what it looks like. I actually kind of like this one more. I just do. I think it looks just a lot better. I think they should have gone with this one. I like the colors. I like the bokeh in the background. It's just really cool. So like I said, this one takes place in two timelines. First is New Year's Eve 1999. Y2K is about to happen. If you don't know what that is, again, I'm old. So this one takes place in a Blockbuster, and a attack happens, and 4 teenage girls are attacked. Only one survives, and they identify a suspect who flees and never seen again. Then we have 15 years later in the same town, 4 teenage employees are working at an ice cream shop where again only one employee makes it out alive. Both surviving victims recall the killer speaking only a few final words: "Good night, pretty girl." So we go from there. So it's a thriller book. It's coming out in March, but I'm pretty excited for it. Anything that has like a 90s setting to it, I just give me. I have 2 books from Berkeley. One I have already read, and that is Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon. This is an adult romance about a character named Ari who is a TV meteorologist, and she suffers from depression. She's also wanting to get really close to her boss, for her to be her mentor, but she's too involved with her ex-husband. So her and this other guy in the station named Russell decide to parent trap them and to get them to fall in love again, and maybe Ari and Russell are falling in love themselves. It's super cute. It has great depression representation. I really enjoyed it. And the other one they sent me that I still need to read is The Roughest Draft by Emily Wibberley and Osman Sigma Broca. They are an author duo that write primarily a YA contemporary, which I really enjoy their books. They're just cute and fun. So this is their first foray into adult romance. So this one is about 2 characters, Katrina and Nathan, who are like also author duos together, and they don't write books anymore. They don't talk to each other, but they have one last book on their contract, so they have to team up together once again to write a book. And I'm guessing feelings are going to be hashed. They probably had some romance going on. I don't know. I haven't read this yet because I haven't heard the best reviews about it, so there's that. Then I have one that I'm so excited for, and I actually have an e-arc of this as well, and this is sent to me by Park Row Books, and that is Forever Boy by Kate Swenson. You probably don't know who this is. It's okay. So Kate is the founder of Finding Cooper's Voice, which is a big Facebook group, things like that, on about her son Cooper, who is autistic, and I'm a big fan of them, have been a big fan of them for years, and she just shares her struggles as a mom that has an autistic son that's nonverbal, and I just love the way she always talks about things. And so she wrote a book all about her journey with being a mom with her oldest son Cooper with his autism diagnosis, and it says she has provided hope and support for hundreds of thousands of parents with children with autism. Now Kate shares her inspiring story of motherhood and love. So I am so excited for this. You guys know I've said time and time again, my oldest son is autistic as well, and he is verbal, but it's still very, very hard. So to read another parent's perspective, to maybe gain some new perspectives, some new skills, I am so excited for. I'm definitely gonna reread this, and I'm so happy to have had this. Like, I'm so excited. Next up, I have a book from McElderly Books, and that is Very Bad People by Kit Frick. Weirdly enough, oh, that came with a mat too. I didn't even notice that. That's kind of cool. So I also tried to read another book by this author. I Killed Zoe Spanos and just couldn't get into it, so I DNF'd it. I didn't really give it a fair chance, but either way, this is a YA mystery thriller. I have a love and hate relationship with YA mystery thrillers, but this one is about a pulse-pounding, dark academia thriller perfect for fans of people like us and the female of the species. Both books I haven't read. And so, yeah, I guess it's about them being in kind of dark academia, which is a huge drawing point for a lot of people. Me, I like it and I love it. Then I have a finished copy of Lucky Leap Day by Anne-Marie Walker. So this one is about a character named Cara who gets into the Irish tradition of women proposing on Leap Day. And so basically that's what it's about. I don't know. Sure, either way, sounds really cute. This one came out already. I'm horrible today. We're just gonna move on. Then I have one I have never heard of, What Might Have Been by Holly Miller. And this one says it's Lucy's life at a crossroads. She just walked out of her unrewarding job, must decide her next step. Should she pursue her dream of becoming a writer while staying in her seaside hometown, or move to London to provide her career? Should Lucy stay or go? It's just one decision, but one decision can change the course of your whole life. It's a sweeping and affordable novel for anyone who's ever believed in destiny and soulmates, or paused to wonder what your life might have looked like if you made a different choice. Sounds interesting. That's two very hard choices, honestly. Like, seaside hometown's awesome, but London, also awesome. Decisions. Then I have the most heaviest book ever from Simon, is that Ain't Burned Out All the Bright by Jason Reynolds, and an artwork by Jason Griffith. I have read one other Jason Reynolds book before, and it was amazing. It was Long Way Down, and they made it into a graphic novel, and I loved it. So this one again is kind of like another graphic novel. I'm telling you guys, these pages are thick and they are heavy. So this one, I don't know much about it. He's using 3 long sentences. What is wrong with humans? Hopeful, tender, heartbreaking, heart-making manifesto on what it means to not be able to breathe, and how the people and things at your fingertips are actually the oxygen you need most. That just sounds awesome. I know it's going to be really heart-wrenching and heartbreaking. And I think he only uses 3 sentences throughout this entire thing, which is going to be very impactful. Then from Disney Hyperion, I have 2 books by Julie. Oh no, I have a series. The first book, I believe, is Broken Wish by Julie C. Deo, and the next one that just came out is Shattered Midnight by Danielle Clayton. I don't know much about the series. It's a YA book. This one takes place in Germany in 1865, and this one, I believe, takes place in New Orleans. Yes, Louisiana in 1928. So I think it's just like a series where different authors write, and it's, I don't know, I think it's like a new sort of fairy tale things. I'm not 100% about them. I don't know. I don't think I'll read them, honestly. Not a lot of books. I don't think I'm going to be able to do book hauls every single month, because I just don't buy as many and I don't acquire as many, and I'm okay with that because I'm still not physically reading yet. It's just how it is. But either way, there's a lot of these books that I'm very, very excited about that I just cannot wait to read. So if you know about any of them, have read any of them, please leave me information in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.